getting much sleep lately, Steven?
I have a newborn. No, I have not.
Do you want to get a better night's sleep?
I would very much like that, yeah.
Have you considered getting a job on the Leafs defense?
I do shoot right.
You also shoot it directly into your own net.
Yeah, but I managed to lift the puck last time.
Let's go!
Good. We all feel it.
Stop! Never gets rusty!
What am I doing?
Into my kitchen! Producer Drew, can you fix all this?
And when it comes to the Toronto Maple Leafs, you can crumple, yeet! Saw that going differently. With you wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Leafs don't win, they lose. They should have won, but they lost. 6-3 to the New Jersey Devils. 6-3. 6-3. That makes 63 as a Jesper Bratt, who had 3 assists in this one for the New Jersey Devils as they take 2 points and head on back to New Jersey. Brought to you by the New Jersey State Lottery. Remember, anything can happen in Jersey. Thank you, Ken Danico. Always a pleasure. You know what Ken Danico has actually done is won the Stanley Cup! And you know what the Leafs are super not gonna do? If they have games like that, I don't care what the shots were, win the Stanley Cup. That game was infuriating. And oh, Steve, you can't win them all. Dude, I actually preferred their loss on Sunday to Carolina. The Leafs lose back-to-back in regulation. That doesn't happen often, you know? It doesn't. And it's okay that it happened, because, again, you aren't going to win them all. It's how it happened that really bothers me. You lose 2-1 to Carolina. You made a couple mistakes early that you shouldn't have. You had every disadvantage imaginable on the road, back-to-back with travel. The game started less than 24 hours later. Guys are sick. Because, look, you all know the story of the game. It looked like it was going to go great. Huge stretch pass to Tyler Bertuzzi for the breakaway, and ew! Tyler Bertuzzi! Shout out Nasher. Max Domi with an incredible pass. He had another one. He had another really big assist later in the game. His 33rd assist of the season. Bertuzzi, his 16th goal. This game's going great. And then here's the thing. I want to skip over 2 of the Leafs' goals because this game was pretty back and forth for a while. In spite of the fact that the Leafs outshot the Devils 25-10 in the first period alone. It was the Leafs' season high for shots in a period. Do you understand? I was watching the end of the LA Kings versus Vancouver Canucks game on, I think it was Monday night. Neither team hit 25 shots in the entire game. I think it was the Canucks were the only team to hit 20 shots, and they did so with about 4 minutes to go. The Leafs got 25 shots in 20 minutes on Jake Allen. They would not match that total for the rest of the game, but they still had double-digit shots in all 3 periods. They ended the night with 45 shots. You outshoot a team 45-25. You expect to win a hockey game. Well, that means they got goalied. In fact, Justin Fisher had this great tweet. The Leafs got goalied both ways. In that, Jake Allen was very good, and Joseph Woll was very bad. Kinda. Jake Allen was definitely good. Joseph Woll was not his best. Like, he was the only reason that they were even sort of in the game against Carolina on Sunday. Woll allowed one particularly bad goal. And we're going to start there because I'm going to leave out the Nylander goal and I'm going to leave out the Matthews goal. Why? We've talked about this before. They can't beat a goalie. Who beats them? An elite shot from William Nylander and an elite play from Austin Matthews. They're sick things that are fun to watch that are also barely even noteworthy with this team. That was Matthews' 59th. That was Nylander's 40th. We barely even batted an eye. The next time either of William Nylander or Austin Matthews scores a goal, they will have combined for 100 goals. I assure you they're not the reason why the Leafs are losing. But Steve, you always talk about the salary cap situation. I didn't say the salary cap. I'm talking about the players and their performance on the ice. It is banana sandwich. They regularly pull these things off and pulled it off in this game. And that's not why they lost. They lost because of what I'm about to show you on 5 goals. Here is goal number 1. This one is a knuckler from Luke Hughes. Yes, the puck is flipping in the air and it's weird and it dives on Joseph Woll. It's from such a distance that even with the drop, please stop this. Imagine this goes in the playoffs. Oof, Marone. No, please no. I'm not gonna hammer Woll for it because, like, just don't make it a habit. Like, you expect Woll to have that one, usually, right? You're not like, uh-oh, Woll's in net. I bet they're about to get smoked. That one's really bad. That happens sometimes. The other team's goalie is unbelievable. Your team's goalie lets a bad one in. It's 1-1. Devils make it 2-1. Ironically, on a 2-on-1. Here's Timothy Liljegren defending the 2-on-1. I don't have much of a problem with the way he's doing this. Jesper Bratt just sort of holds back, gives it to Nico Hischier, who buries it. So Steve, what's the problem? Well, it was earlier. It's what led to the 2-on-1. Look at this. Liljegren is the only guy back. Jake McCabe is well up, and you can see Bobby McMahon with his head tucked doing the panic, oh no, 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 I think I'm supposed to be there, oh no. Whether it was McCabe or McMahon, there was a miscommunication, and it's a 2-on-1, and sometimes those end up in the back of your net, especially when it's Broughton Hischier, two pretty good players, 2-1 Devils after one. How demoralizing is that? Ironically, what stopped the Leafs' complete shot onslaught of the New Jersey Devils at the end of that first period? The Leafs got a power play. Boo! But it's okay. Nylander with that snipe that we mentioned, that was only a couple minutes in, 3:14 in. And then Lyubushkin with an unbelievable pass to Matthews, Gronks his way in. The Leafs take the 3-2 lead. By the way, if you actually go back and watch the Bertuzzi and Matthews goals, I just think it's very funny that TJ Brody got assists, the secondary assists on both of them. There's some Pat Stadden. No, wait. Pat Stadden. Wait, no. There's some stat padding. There you go. Maybe I do need to sleep. After the Leafs made it 3-2, that was actually the last time they scored. There were 4 more goals in this game. That was the last Leaf goal. Uh-oh. You know who's been really good lately? Timothy Liljegren. Can you find him in this photo? Go ahead. Take a look. Timo Meier just took the shot. Connor Dewar was trying to get in the way. Jake McCabe has a guy. Gregor has a guy. Oh, there's David Kampf in front of the net with his guy. Oh! David Kampf doesn't actually have a really long left arm. That's Timothy Liljegren. Deep in the blue paint. This is a dude willing to do anything to stay in the lineup, including being the goaltender. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal. If you're a defender, don't be the goaltender! Unless you're Mitch Marner when the net is empty. He always finds himself in that situation somehow. And, it works. I'm not just picking on Liljegren, though. That whole play was a mess. Jake McCabe has not had a really good last couple games. But then, that was the 3-3 goal. The 4-3 goal, the eventual game-winning goal. Ooh, it's just an entire ice surface of guys wearing blue saying, don't you dare play me in the playoffs. This is what led to the goal, okay? So a player on the Devils has the puck at the point. Where are any Leafs? Where are any Leafs? They are panicking, rushing towards the net because that was where the puck was going. Well, then the puck made it to the point, right? It's just like a bunch of Timbits kids heading towards the net. They were following the puck, but at the NHL level, puck moves a little bit faster than it does in Timbits. So then the Devils put it onto the net, where, you know what? The goal is there, and you don't want the puck to go in the net. But the good news is the entire Leafs roster is in front of the net. Surely they must have got to the puck first. No, they for sure didn't. Max Willman, who's... I didn't know. And dude, on the ice for this goal, Connor Timmins, Simone Benoit, neither of those guys has an ironclad spot on the playoff roster, even with injuries. There's Matthew Nyes, who has kind of been up and down the lineup, mostly down recently. Pontus Holmberg, and Nick Robertson, who's fighting for his an NHL paycheck, man! I'm not blaming it on any individual guy. The unit was awful. Robertson himself did not have a bad game. Nyes himself did not have a bad game. Holmberg himself did not have a bad game. For some reason, I hate watching that trio play hockey together. It's not doing it for me. No. I understand why Keefe is trying it. I would have tried it myself. No thank you, not anymore. Not to mention Timmins Benoit, just. Timmins was coming up with interesting plays all night, and unfortunately some of them were in front of his own net. And then the 5-3 goal. Dude, there's 3:20 to go in this game. The Leafs are down 1. They can do it! We've seen them do it! Max Domi has the puck. Do you understand? This guy is one of the best 5-on-5 playmakers in hockey. He's one of the best 5-on-5 playmakers in the entire NHL. That is a statistic. He is one of the best passers in the NHL! Gives the puck away, take the tape. There goes Jack Hughes. Goodbye, Jack Hughes. Have fun, Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes scores. It's 5-3. Jack Hughes gets the empty net goal. The Leafs lose 6-3. They get doubled up on home ice, and the fans didn't like it. Austin Matthews didn't like it, and he said they had an immature game. Specifically, he said, a bit of an immature game from us tonight, which is very, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. There's a lot of that energy there. Now look, you could argue, what did you really expect from this game, huh? Because Marner's not in the lineup, Yarncroke's not in the lineup, and that's been the case for a few games, but Edmondson's not in the lineup, and he's been great. Riley's not in the lineup. He was listed as a game-time decision earlier in the day. It's March 26th. You don't put your $7.5 million defenseman in a situation where he's got to go, I can maybe or maybe not go. Don't go. The shots were 45-25. The Leafs absolutely had the legs, the effort, and the skill to win that hockey game. They did. But in the regular season, and especially in the playoffs, it's the moments that kill you. These are the types of moments that lose you games. These are the types of moments that lose you series. These are the types of moments that end your season. And then you head into the offseason and you head into the summer. For what? You do all that cardio. You're jumping over hurdles. You're lifting plates. You're lifting weights. You're friggin' eating chickpea pasta until Nathan McKinnon comes out of the bushes and punches you in the mouth. You pull a sled like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You push a sled like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's dad. They had different sleds in his day, and he let you know about that. And you do all that weird running with the parachute on your back, and you take a million gajillion shots in the offseason, and you're on the ice every single day, unless you're Phil Kessel, and you're just burning every calorie in the entire world. For what? If you're not going to have your head in the game in those moments. We talk a lot about like high-end skill. We talk a lot about depth scoring. We talk a lot about team toughness and a willingness to do anything. How about just a willingness to play clever hockey, smart hockey? The New Jersey Devils, they're better now that they have Jake Allen. They're better. You should win that game. If you get 20 more shots than them, you should, Freudian, you should win that game. Why didn't you? Oh, we got goalied. You think Sheldon Keefe is in there right now talking about we got goalied and the whole video staff? You think Brad Treliving is like, we just got goalied? Dude, you've got to screw your heads on. That game against the Oilers, yes, they climbed back into it. They did. It's the Oilers, though. You got to feel good about that. And it felt like they were paying attention to those details. And we're 2 games later, and those details are flying away. Yes, guys were rested tonight. Yes, guys were recovering from injuries. You got 11 games after this to tighten up before the playoffs. Figure it out. Questions. Murray starter game 1. All right, find a flagpole. We are throwing down. Are they trying to be caught by Tampa? So here's my thing about how the Leafs do for the rest of the season. Like, I am going to be evaluating this team just purely based on how they look. They're probably going to make it. Like, heading into this game, they were 10 points up on a playoff spot. I'm pretty confident they're going to make it. I'm pretty confident they're also not going to catch the Panthers. They're not going to catch the Bruins. The Lightning might catch them. It doesn't seem likely, but they might. And what's it going to change? You're going to be playing Florida or Boston in round 1 if you're in the 3rd slot in the Atlantic. And there's very little chance that you're going to have home ice advantage in that series. So you're playing a best of 7 series where you're going to have the disadvantage if it goes to game 7 against Florida or against Boston, if the series gets that far. In the chance that Tampa knocks you down from that 3rd slot into probably the top wild card spot in the East, well, then you're playing one of the division winners. And that is either going to be Florida or Boston or one of the teams in the Metro. I don't think you want to play Carolina very much. Carolina's kind of kicked you up and down the ice all season. Maybe you get the Rangers. I don't know. Original 6 matchup, spice it up. But whether it's the Rangers or the Hurricanes or the Panthers or the Bruins, you're going to have home ice advantage in 0 of those series. None. So at this point, just get in. Are dill peanuts the best? So I've never had dill peanuts. That's why I'm making that face. See, peanut butter and pickle, It kind of sounds disgusting, but I'm imagining how that would take. I need to have these now. I think they could be okay. Pickle's a little bit like, it's got like some of the similar qualities of mustard. And I'm a little bit off mustard at the moment. I think it could be pretty good. I need to do some research. And this is a stat that just blows my mind from Todd Cordell. Jake Allen has given the Devils more goalie steals over 6 starts than they had in 60-plus games prior. Right. So anyway, don't wait for the trade deadline. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Brand new Steve Dangle podcast tomorrow. And we have some news. And I think it's pretty fun. It's something that people have been asking for.